Powered by Riverside.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the 3 in the Key podcast, episode 4. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in through Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we got another great episode for you guys today. So I'm Grant, and I think that Austin Reeves is the best white boy ever. Just saying. Best hooper ever, best white
better
boy.
than Larry Bird.
Better than the Bird. Better than Jokic. Better than
I'm
McHale.
Kaim, and I'm firmly on the Halliburton hype train. All NBA player this year.
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay. I personally think that sports betting is ruining my experience watching the games, but that's just me.
Hey, man, gotta hit them parlays. All right, so today we're going to start off with just a little bit about what's going on with the officiating in the NBA, what's happening. I'm sure y'all seen what happened with Scott Foster and CP3. So, boys, how y'all feel about it? What's going on with the officiating? Talk a little bit about how you feel about Scott Foster and just the CP3 situation.
Go ahead, Jay.
Listen, I just feel like, when Chris Paul is playing against your team and, Scott Foster is on the court, it's a great thing. You're like, yes. But in theory, you shouldn't be, like, guaranteed to win. But Scott Foster and CP3 in the playoffs against my team, I'm like, all right, well, I'm fine with that. I know CP3 is about to have a conniption and, like, tweak, but I'm all right with that. It's just unfortunate because otherwise you're like, why does he hate this man so much?
Bro, it's something I'm surprised the league hasn't addressed. I'll be honest, and Adam Silver did just come out today. Y'all saw that Adam Silver basically said, hey, both y'all have to do your jobs. And I understand that, but, Scott Foster, man, I still have a little bit of iffy feelings about Scott Foster because there's a great documentary on Netflix about Tim Donahue and the early 2000s kind of refereeing scam with betting. And that man's, one of his closest friends was Scott Foster. So I've already felt a little iffy about him the whole time. I've wondered how he possibly skated from here to there. Then now, from where we sit, I mean, there's just blatant and obvious beef between a player and a ref. I don't know if I've ever seen this in my life. Like a player and a coach, okay, a player and a player, but a player and a ref have beef. So in the last 20 games, playoff games, Scott Foster has ref for Chris Paul. Chris Paul is 3-17. 3-17 in the last 20 Scott Foster ref games. So at a certain point, that situation does have to be handled. I think maybe even quietly, the league doesn't have to come out and be loud and say we're not allowing this anymore, but just take them off the schedule. It's actually not that hard. There's a lot of refs. There's a ton of refs. Just get them on. Get Scott Foster working some Timberwolves games. Some Hawks games. Like there's 29 other teams. We can make this go away quietly. I don't know why we've allowed it to get to this point.
I just want to know what CP3 did to make Scott Foster that mad. Like, why is there beef? What's happening? And especially, why can't anyone be the bigger man? Why is this unresolved beef over seasons and seasons? Yeah. You would think CP3 wanting to get calls, wanting to be nice to the officials. Like, yeah. Now we know CP3. He's not. He's not the greatest dude. He's kind of an asshole. It's been known. But you want a chip, right? Like, it's CP0 for a reason. 3-17 in the playoffs with Scott Foster officiating, there has to be an issue. So, and that kind of brings up my next topic, which is how you guys feel about the officiating. Giannis has been ejected recently. Jokic has been ejected recently. A lot of missed calls, bad texts. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't know, bro. I think some of these refs might have dirt on Adam Silver or something because the missed calls, the missed calls are so like blatant sometimes, and you're like, yo, like you're clearly a fan of this team. Like, you're clearly got money on this game or know somebody that does. And I just
Yeah.
feel like even watching like the Lakers game last night, and they did win, and it was a bad call. Don't get me wrong, but like they weren't. It wasn't one of the worst ones in my opinion because they gave LeBron the timeout at the end of the game. All right, that's cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, the Lakers, it was always going to be Lakers ball in my opinion because Devin Booker kicked the ball and they missed a kickball earlier in the game, like a clear kickball that led to them score. Like the ball bounced off of his foot, went to another player on their team, and then they scored from that. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a very it's a very interesting situation, man. I think watching the game straight up, I'm a Lakers fan. We've talked about that before. Watching the game straight up, it did feel like the ball was loose. It felt like the ball was loose. They gave him the timeout. And I do understand I'll be very upset because Grayson Allen was right in position to pick up the ball and lay it in. So if I'm a Suns fan, I would be upset. We saw today Devin Booker posted on Instagram like 10 minutes after the game showing a screenshot of, of LeBron calling timeout with the ball loose. But I mean, at the end of the day, refs do make bad calls. What do y'all think about ref accountability? So, for example, like what do y'all think about refs being somehow penalized? I'm not saying fired, but somehow, suspended, some like points against them for blatant missed calls. Because that's what I'm hearing from all the players. All the players are like, they're not being held accountable. All I see is missed calls, and I don't get any explanation. What do y'all think? Is there a system that could work?
So I'm gonna come at it with a different angle than you guys. You guys know I've been training to become a basketball official. I've taken the tests. I've read the handbook. Do you guys know how hard it is to be a basketball official? Like to actually like be in a game and make the call, like to assess a call in less than a second and make it and have it be right. Those are very hard calls to make. When it came to the Austin Reeves and losing the ball, if they don't see it in the rulebook, you can't adjust that call. Like these are all rules, especially so those are rules. They have grading systems for refs. After each game, the coach rates every ref for the calls. That's how it works
The
in high
coach.
school. That's how it works in college. The coach grades the ref.
I know that.
That's how it always works. So there is a system. It's just refs are people too. Refs bring human to the game. You can't just replace the refs with robots or people who are going to make automatic calls. It brings a piece of humanity to the game, the variability to the game. So I think the refs have it hard. People clown the refs, but I'm coming at it from a new angle. I think the refs have it a little harder than you think.
Okay,
I mean, that's
that's
respectable.
fair. But
That's
because I
respectable.
never thought
But
about that lens. I've never been a ref. Never tried to be a ref. But some of them are ridiculous. Like they ejected Ime because he was talking to LeBron. I saw the exchange, and they said,
yeah,
"Yo, LeBron Tech coach, you're out."
Yeah.
you're
What?
out.
He wasn't yelling. He wasn't going crazy like some of these coaches do. But
No, that email
raising thing.
situation, bruh. I did find out some things. I found out some things about Udoka, bro. That man's real. You know what, bro? At the end of the day, if I run into him on the street, I'm not disrespecting him because Braun felt disrespected. Udoka's calling the whole team the B word. I don't know if everybody's seen it. Man, the Lakers start complaining about calls. Udoka's calling them the B word. Stop moaning. And LeBron steps to him. Hey, yo, watch that word. Watch the usage. And Udoka says, why are you coming over here like you're about to do something? Like, coming over here like you're about to do something, bro. The way he looked at him, I respect that. But yeah, the situation there, though, Udoka already had a tech earlier in the game. So that was his second technical that got him thrown out. That's the same situation we saw with Giannis with the stare down. That was the second tech he got thrown out. With Anthony Edwards, after he dunked on somebody, second technical thrown out. So should players get a little bit more leeway after their first technical before you call that second, which is an ejection, or would that be a little bit too dangerous because then players might just wild out?
I think it depends what it is.
I'm the issue again.
Oh, here comes the ref.
the rule book. And Udoka got the Udoka got the tech because he's inciting violence. You can't incite violence.
He is inciting violence.
Because
what if Braun has said, you know what?
Literally, it's a tech. All those little things people get mad at, in the rule book, they're techs. And if they don't call the tech, they get a worse grading from the other coach. So they have to call the tech. Even if it's small, like the stare down, it's inciting something.
Is it though?
It isn't.
If you're a grown man and you get dunked on and you can't handle somebody staring after, like, get off the court. Get off the court, bro. Get them back.
The emotion, though. It's the emotion, bro.
Yeah, but get them back. Back in the day, I understand that was a fight. Instantly fight. Everybody was thrown out. But now, nobody's stepping to anybody like that. If somebody stares at you, you're going to be like, if I fight back, I'm going to lose millions of dollars. Players are more reasonable now than they used to be. So I feel like the text for like the stare downs or the little bits of taunting when they're like, "Oh, he's too small." Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's just talk to Adam about it. It's the marketing of the league.
Talk to Adam about it.
Adam Silver. The NBA markets players. You can't have your players looking crazy. NFL markets teams. NFL they'll generate money anyway. MLB, who cares? Who knows what MLB looks like? MLS, come on.
Who cares?
NBA markets players and faces. LeBron. Kevin Durant. Luka. Kyrie. Their face. Those NBA cameras, those are high quality cameras. You see their face. You see their words. Those mics, you hear what they're saying. So the NBA has to market the players well, and they don't want to make the players look like thugs, of course, or get a bad rap, because that affects NBA revenue.
I get it.
All the rules.
Hey, I wanted to circle back, bro. I had to show y'all this dang near quote because y'all said what's going on with CP3. So I did a little digging because I listened to the post game interview, and CP3 says it's personal. It's just a situation with my son. So the media ask him, "Yo, what's happening with Scott Foster?" He responds, "It's personal, something with my son." So I'm like, "What on earth?" Start scouring the webs, bro. Gil's Arena, shout out Gil's Arena, man. Always give credit where it's due, but they said that this has to be when Chris Paul was on the Clippers. That after the game, just randomly, the refs were in a golf cart. You ever seen them in a golf cart, kind of like whatever backstage behind the arena? And little Chris Paul's son, was, I guess, playing with his friends like in the hallway. And for some reason, I don't know why he was mad, but Scott Foster says, "Get the F out the way," to a small child. To a small child, bruh. He curses him out. And he said he used other expletives. So at that point, like you said, Grant, Chris Paul, he has a little bit of a anger streak to him as well. He has a little bit of a little man syndrome to him. And he couldn't let that slide. So they had to have meetings, bro. They've had meetings with the commissioners, with like head coaches. They've had meetings about this. This beef is something it's public now. It's public now. And I think it makes me wonder how many other times players' personalities and refs' personalities cause little small changes in the game. Like, this is the most obvious one. But I wonder, like, let's say LeBron, for example, or Luka, they really do complain after every single play. I wonder if over a certain amount of time as a ref, you just start getting annoyed. You're like, you know what, bro? I'm not going to give you that 50-50 call because you consistently complain. You consistently degrade me. If I was in the league, bro, I'd be like, hey, appreciate that, ref. Hey, great call, Stripes.
Great call.
Yeah, great call, brother. Hey, I see what you're doing. I'd be like, Grant, like, I know your job's hard.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I'm trying to foster goodwill. Like, I want, in Game 7, I want subconsciously you to be like, that's a good guy, while I'm going in and they're smacking me. So I think the players are going about it the wrong way. In this, but in Chris Paul's specific case, apparently he can't let it slide that the dude cursed his son out.
He cursed his son out. I do understand, but hold on to anger. How can you hold? You know how long
ago he was on the Clippers?
He was
Literally,
on the Clippers a minute ago.
I mean,
That was 2-3 teams ago.
what? Almost probably 8-9 years ago. It's 2023. Yeah, 8-9 years ago. I'm a peacemaker. I don't want to like. How can you foster that much hatred
Yeah.
and anger for that long? Like you can't let it go. It's a lot of energy. So
I feel like he had to call his son the N-word.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
I feel
No.
like I feel like I can hold that on. I feel like I can hold on to that anger for that long, bro.
No.
if he calls his son the N-word, Scott Foster's out of the league.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you, and that's why I think he has dirt on Adam Silver.
I do too. Because Scott, bro, like I'm going back to the beginning. Scott has called Tim Donahue the dirty ref hundreds and hundreds of times while Tim Donahue was in the league. It's all like it's public. It's not like, oh, this is hidden, bro. It's in the documentary. The only reason he could still be here, bruh, he has some dirt. He must know, like, yo, the league was telling us to be dirty, and if y'all fire me, I'm snitching. I'm telling you, I feel like that man's like, yo, you can fire me if you want. I'm snitching on
He's
this
like,
whole thing. We've been cheating for the Lakers. We've been cheating for the Celtics for goddamn 50 years, bro. I'm about to snitch. And they said,
Y'all
okay.
boys might just be cooking. Y'all boys just be
No,
cooking.
I'm telling you, he knows the league's dark past. He's gonna bring up David Stern. He's gonna bring it all up. If they fire him, it's over,
Yeah.
and that's why it's on him to retire. It's really on him because first of all, Scott Foster is also one of the older refs in the league.
Yeah.
Like,
He's been
how
around
much longer
since
is he gonna keep
Kobe
doing?
was playing Chris Webber.
He might retire when Chris Paul retires, and that would be the funniest thing ever. I gotta be honest. That'd be the funniest thing ever. He'd be like, "Oh, it's your last season? Mine too."
They should go out together. They should go out together.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, boys. Let's wrap up this first half and get into halftime, where we're going to talk a little bit more about Joshua Giddey. Stay tuned. All right, everyone. Welcome back to halftime. We're going to get right into it and talk a little bit about this Josh Giddey situation. So, from our understanding, a few TikToks have been released from a girl that was underage at the time, claiming she had relations with aforementioned Josh Giddey. And the league has kind of not really spoken about it. There hasn't been a lot. No, not a lot of comments have been made. Just mostly social media stuff. But what I'm just reading is that the girl's family has lawyered up. So I believe that she will receive some money. We don't know exactly what's happening. The girl was 16 at the time. Maybe she may have been 18, may have been 15. There is no information about this, but we think that it happened in California, and the age of consent in California is 18, and the age of consent in Oklahoma City is 16. So a lot of different things going around. I want to hear your guys' perspective on it.
Dang, he thought he was at home.
I thought he had home court advantage.
Also, the age of consent in Australia is 16, and he's from Australia, so that may have persuaded his decision making.
See, my biggest issue with it is you're in the NBA.
You're in the NBA.
And a lot of times NBA players get clowned for like dating these supermodels and stuff like that, and they like share the same girls. But I respect that a lot more than girls in high school. Mm-hmm. So, there's no excuse for what he did. I mean, at some point, some level of conversation had to have been had that he knew she was younger. Because for me, I feel like I usually know instantly how old you are, just the way you talk about certain things, just the lifestyle you live. Like for her, what if she was like, "Oh, like yeah, I have class." Maybe he thought college. Maybe I guess she could have got him that way. But you're a grown man. I feel like you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How old is Giddey? Do we know? Let me look this up.
21.
21. He's 21. Yeah, he's 21. So Giddey was born in 2002. So he's a different kind of beast. So I had to transport myself back to when I was 21. Still wouldn't have done it. But the reports are, if they're to be believed, that the girl did lie about her age. And it is believed, again, all this is allegedly, I'm low-key tiptoeing around this because I'm scared at some point the other shoe is gonna drop with all the facts and something's gonna happen. But allegedly they met at a club that's supposed to be 18 plus.
Mm.
So realistically speaking, depending on how long their relationship lasted, it's possible he could have been tricked. Now, I do understand that according to the law, I don't really think that's an excuse. If I dang near bring home a 14-year-old, I don't think I can go to the court and say, "Yo, she told me she was 20, so let me free." So I think it's a tough situation, bro. It's a tough situation because at this point, um, his career might be on the line, and I think he should actually be happy. And that family should be looked at a little bit with the side eye that this is likely going to be a civil suit instead of a criminal suit, meaning this is basically a money grab, meaning who knows how well thought out this plan was. That's all I'll say. Who knows how well thought out this plan was? Because I'll be really honest, I just feel like as a father, I'm not a father, but as a father, if you find out a 21-year-old just came out of your 15-year-old's room, I don't think my first thought would be, dang, I'm going to let him keep doing his day job. I'll just take some money. Like, nah, that doesn't make any sense, bro. We got to put you under the jailhouse.
Brother, what if you found out it was an NBA player that came out here?
I don't think it changes.
I
The
think
thing
your
is,
perspective changes.
nah, bro.
I'm playing.
Josh Giddey, you're gonna be like, who the fuck is that? But like, I will say, nah, go ahead, because I was gonna say something wild.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the issue is the man is still on his rookie contract. He's only making $6 million, which of course $6 million is a lot, but compared to NBA players, I mean, how much is she gonna get? So that's what I'm kind of looking at.
Yeah, but new money, free money is free money, and the thing is,
Free money.
unluckily for Josh Giddey, but he's not as good as some other known people to do that. Karl Malone. Karl Malone skated. Karl Malone had his whole career, and he did something. He did something infinitely worse. The only difference between like Karl Malone's punishment is that they don't talk about him when they're talking about great players. That's his punishment.
That's his punishment.
That's his punishment. That's it.
And he's not in 2K? Who's he in 2K?
No, he is in 2K.
Oh,
and bro, y'all are gonna slander me for this, bro. Kobe skated. Kobe skated on a different allegation.
Oh, it was a different allegation. Kobe wasn't messing with children, but he did skate, and that woman did get money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Big Ben skated multiple times.
Yeah, Big Ben, he needed to be in jail.
Yeah. Big Ben was kind of wild.
My biggest thing with this is, how do your teammates feel about that? Josh Giddey, I'd be like, dang, if I'm Shea, I'm like, I don't really want to pass you the ball anymore. It's the me and Chet show now. Like, I don't want to pass you the ball.
Yeah.
I think the issue with Josh is he's already gotten slandered on social media. Like, I feel the worst, of course, the part of I might have criminal charges, I might have to pay money. But another big part is getting slandered on social media, going out and everyday people calling you a pedophile. Every day. That's already happened. That's already been happening. Yeah. And low key, the memes have started to die down. Like, people are forgetting about it, which is crazy.
Yeah,
there's a new incident happens, he skates. If one more big incident happens in the next couple of weeks or even the next month, he's skating.
Now, if John Morant gets back on social media, bruh, Giddey's gonna skate.
John Morant got suspended for doing something completely legal. Something completely legal. So
yeah, this is serious business. This is very serious business. I guess. Yeah, those dynamics are interesting because real talk. What if we had to be here? We do this for fun. We do this for the people. But what if we had to be here? And all of a sudden, y'all just found out, bro, I have an allegation. A 15-year-old allegation. The dynamics are going to be so odd.
Yeah, but for him, I feel bad for him because if I'm a competitor in the league and I'm matched up with Giddey, you're done for. You're done for, bro. You're done. I got you. I won. I already won the mental battle. I already won.
Talking, bro.
Keep them away from your girls, bro.
Hide your daughters.
Yeah. Bro, did you guys see that? There was an incredibly foul TikTok I actually saw where they did the Jordan Poole, like, the baddies meme with Josh Giddey, and they inserted Stephen Curry's daughter as like the
Oh,
baddies for Josh Giddey.
All right, those people
oh,
took it too
That
far.
was crazy.
Those
oh.
people took it
That
too
was
far. That's
insane.
I thought it was gonna be
ridiculous.
some fictional younger women, bro.
Oh,
Right, like
oh,
a stock photo or something.
oh.
That's
Because
ridiculous.
NBA players, NBA locker rooms have a family room, bro. Like the kids go after. I wonder if they're
So,
probably
are
like,
y'all
yeah,
bringing your?
hey, you sure
Put the
you need to go in
father
there,
first.
bro?
Have
But
y'all heard about that? And you have a daughter. And say you were one of the older. Say you were like LeBron's age, and you had a daughter that was
LeBron
like,
does have a daughter too.
but that was a daughter that was like in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
Is she coming to the family room knowing he's there? I don't think so.
The
Bro,
dream girls are not today, bro. Not
I,
today.
I, I have no idea. I have no idea. I must say that disclaimer, but I truly am choosing to believe in my heart. Maybe he did it, but he did not know. That's what I'm choosing to believe. And I'll be fully honest that that's a choice. But if I don't choose to believe that, then I can't respect him. So I'm trying to hold on because I mean I know it's wild. I know when they call his name on the jumbotron, it has to be crazy out there. I'm choosing to believe he got very well. He had no sort of that brother was starving, so he didn't do the background check. He did not do the background check.
Uh, well, we'll know soon. We'll know soon what's gonna happen. It might not be next week. It might not be in 2 weeks, but she has a lawyer, and they're investigating, so they'll get to the bottom of this. I wonder what's gonna happen.
We'll see.
All right, boys, that wraps up halftime. Now we're gonna move into the second half, where we'll be talking a little bit about the in-season tournament and just any teams to look out for. See you. All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Three in the Key for the second half. We're going to talk a little bit about the in-season tournament. We just finished the quarterfinals yesterday, and you can see we got everything up. So, how do you boys feel about the in-season tournament? Was it a great idea? And who do you think is going to be in-season tournament champion?
I think the idea has gone as well as the league could have hoped. As well as the league could have hoped. Now, the beginning part, the kind of group stage, that part did blend in for me. It blended in. Obviously, they changed the courts. Some of them were cool. Some of them were loud. I'll say like loud courts, bro. The Bulls court is just loud. I find myself watching the highlights and I'm just staring at the floor. So that was interesting. And trying to keep up with like, okay, for example, the Lakers at one point, they're fine now. I think they're like either 13-9 or 14-9, but they were kind of in a choppy streak of the regular season, but they were winning their in-season tournament games. And it was kind of difficult to keep track of that for every team. Like, okay, they're doing like this in the season, but this in the tournament. Um, but these winner go home games, the game before these quarterfinals to get to the quarterfinals, um, and then here like some player like the Celtics. I don't know if y'all remember the Celtics were running up the score on the Bulls because they not only needed to win, but they needed to win by like at least 21 to make up the point differential to make it to the tournament. So I like the aspect of having games where, hey, we're up 20 and we're still playing Tatum and Brown and Holiday with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're taking this seriously. I think we're seeing some great stuff. Win or go home basketball for a real NBA fan is dang near can't miss. It's can't miss. I come home and look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to be a hater at first, but after seeing, I didn't expect the players to take it seriously. That was my thing. But seeing how that they were like incentivized and now they're playing hard and all the games have been great. I watched the Lakers Suns game last night. That was great. The Kings Pelicans game, that was great. I was surprised. Even the Bucks Knicks, it was close in the first half, and then the Knicks just were the Knicks. So, but I really feel like the tournament is where like Tyrese Halliburton like shined out of everybody, in my opinion. And he's looking like bubble TJ Warren right now.
Yeah. He's looking like bubble TJ Warren.
But no, that man Tyrese is an all-star. He's hooping. I mean, one of the lowest assist to turnover ratios. He's putting up good numbers. I'm actually I have a different opinion than y'all. I like the in-season tournament courts. I feel like it was a good ad because it shows me what game's an in-season tournament game. I now automatically know what's an in-season tournament game by looking at the court. It's like, okay, I know this is a more important game.
I think that's the point of it too. So
I still don't like the courts, but that's fair.
I do agree. Some of them are very
job.
loud. I think some they're color adjusted. The red ones were crazy. The red ones are really crazy.
The red
they
ones
kind
are
of blended in with the
wild.
ball. They blended in with the ball a lot. That Pacers one too. That turquoise and yellow was crazy as well. But like the Lakers one is nice. The Pistons one, I like the Pistons one. It was gray and red, or the red accents.
Lakers one is nice.
Some of them are very nice. I think if they make the main colors a more neutral color, other than the reds and the neons, then I think it would work. I think it's a great thing. People are playing hard. I didn't expect people to be playing hard, being up 30, up 28, up 15 to get that point differential. And I think it's actually a great way for people to realign, like teams to kind of realign. Because the season's so long, people kind of lose their way over the 82 games. But it's like watching playoff basketball now. And in some cases, teams that are kind of off track, like the Lakers, kind of off track, they're kind of getting on track through the in-season tournament games. They're kind of building that repertoire themselves in the in-season tournament games. So I like it. And they're all good teams who made it to the final round. So I feel like it was a success. The motivation's there. I mean, $500K for each player. For the new CBA, a lot of players aren't making that much money. A lot of players are making $5, $6 million, sometimes $3 million. $500K that's a good chunk of your paycheck. So I think
$500K is $500K.
Those 6 through 10 players are probably pretty happy for that $500K.
$500K. Because imagine, let's just take regular jobs. Let's say this is America. We're making anywhere from let's say 40 to 100. I was gonna say a higher number, but then I realized, we're corporate boys, bro. I don't want my privilege to show. So we're making 40 to 100, bro. And they say, hey, we need you to go hard at work 2 days a week, Tuesday and Friday, for about 5 or 6 weeks. And if your team does the best, if your department performs the best, all right, we got 20,000 for you. We got 30, 40, 50. I'll be like,
see, here's the thing. And the problem with corporate is you put in all that work, but somebody else is like, I'm taking these days off. And then it's like, because I just feel like in corporate it's a trap. At least in the NBA, if you're the best player on the team, you can carry a sorry team. I can't carry a sorry work team. How do you do that? I've never seen that in my entire life. Have y'all seen someone carry a department?
I've seen a manager look like Bron out there, bro. I've seen it. I've seen
you can, once you get deeper into your career, you can start putting up numbers. I do work with a girl that seems like she's doing everything at once. And I'm like, dang, where's the work for me? Where's the work for me? Every time I look up, you've completed the work. Actually, I work very hard, just in case. Plenty of billable hours a week. But I do want to take a minute to drill down on Tyrese Halliburton. You mentioned him, Jay. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I do think. Let me pull up some stats. I do think this man is a cone on defense. He's a cone on defense. I consistently saw the Celtics specifically hunting him and going for the ISO. Jason Tatum hunts him. Boom, ISO, ISO. But this man is giving you 27 and 12. 27 and 12 is, that's dang near better than prime Jason Kidd. Like, this man is hooping at that point, and the jump shot looks a little bit more consistent this year. If he can improve his defense to average, I'd never need him to be a star. But if he, like somebody like Devin Booker, who nobody ever says like, oh, Devin Booker is a stopper, but nobody talks about him like Trae Young, where Trae Young is just historically bad. Devin Booker just seems like a regular defender. If Halliburton can get to that level, which I don't know, I think we might be looking at a guy that can be a one on a championship team. I think we might be looking at a guy that he's 23 right now. When he turns 27, he could be a one. He could be a one, bro. A true point guard leading his team to the dang championship.
In Indiana?
I mean, wherever there's talent. Wherever there's talent.
I feel like the thing about a one is you should be able to lead any team.
Yeah.
Like a true one, the person who you say is a superstar, they should be able to go to a team and instantly make them a contender. So we'll see. We'll see in a few years.
We shall see, man. I just like watching this guy play. This dude is playing exciting basketball. It's to the point where I almost opened the show with I'm the guy that would take Tyrese Halliburton over De'Aaron Fox. I was this close.
That's not ridiculous.
Yeah, I was this close, bro. But I decided, De'Aaron Fox has shown it for a few years. So we'll see, man. I hope Tyrese keeps doing well in the tournament. But now 4 teams left. 4 teams
Who
left, bruh. Who's winning this joint?
Y'all know my pick.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
Lakers propaganda, brothers. I think they care. They care. And that's really all you need. When you have a LeBron James, sometimes he's out there playing defense like he doesn't care. And it's sad, but I get it. He's trying to preserve, but sometimes you look at it, it's like he doesn't care. AD is just not very fast, foot speed wise. So getting like back on defense, offense, they're out there playing. They're offensive rebounding through the NCAA tournament, and they're the worst offensive rebounding team in the NBA. So
yeah.
I do think either team coming out of the East would be tough, though. Like I'm. My head wants me to say the Bucks, but my heart is saying the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm the same way because for me, I think what they said about the Knicks, Bucks, and like the Knicks in general is like, hey, like the Knicks never have the best player on the court in the playoffs for the most part, and that's why they don't ever win. They always have like the second or like third best player. Yeah, that's why they don't go anywhere. The Bucks, to me, they have the number one player. The Pacers, they have Tyrese Halliburton, who, if we're saying could be a number one right now with the talent, he's looking like a number one. He's young now. But I'm taking the Bucks over the Pacers, to be honest, because Giannis is going to steamroll Miles Turner. I mean, I think the only problem with the Bucks is Damian Lillard going to score? If Damian Lillard scores 20 points, it's basically guaranteed that they win.
Yeah. I don't want to make it wrong, but they're like 15-3 or something when he scores that many. But I'm like, wait a minute. He's only scoring like 20 in 2/3 of their games?
20.
He's Damian Lillard.
That's what they need from him. He's a 2 now. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be a 1A, 1B situation. He's the new 2, and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez are like 3A, 3B.
Yep.
He's gotta play his role to win games.
Yep. He's playing his role.
He bought in, so
he bought in.
But the Pelicans, though,
CP0.
Yeah,
he wants to win the ring.
We're overlooking the Pelicans a bit, and if they have all 3 of CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion, that's not a scrub team at all.
Bro, Zion has been bullying like every center. When he's healthy, he's still the biggest and like strongest dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's a force.
Is it weird? I feel like his numbers aren't that good this year, though. Like, I mean, he's getting 22, 25, but I feel like previously it was around 30. It was 29, 28.
But the thing is, I think for that team, the way it's set up, it's like BI is like 1A, and then if BI doesn't work out, then they go to Zion to just bully them in the paint, and then like CJ McCollum's like takes a few tough shots, as he does.
Yeah.
But the way it's set up, BI is definitely the one because Zion's always getting injured. Like that's the biggest thing. That's why BI is the one. I think it's Zion.
BI and during McCollum always get injured as well. That's really the problem with the Pelicans. Their best players are consistently injured. But you are correct, Grant. Right here, if we look at this season versus last season, his points are down from 26 to 23. Field goal percentage down from 61 to 57, which is still elite. 3-point percentage down a bit. Rebounds down a bit. A few more assists. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've heard he's working his way into shape. I have heard that.
I actually think I said it like it was a bad thing, but they're winning games, and I actually think that he's doing this on purpose. I think he's managing his body a little bit better. He's doing a little bit less usage to manage his body a little bit better, so he can stay on the court for all 82. He's got.
Let's hope. Hopefully, he can make it through this season.
Yeah. Let's hope, because we're looking at games played. This is his fourth season. 24, 60. Thank God. 29. And he's already up to 18. So he seems like he's been healthy for the vast majority of this season. And we're hoping that stays. It's just to be a 300-pounder at like 6'6", 6'7", that does have to be tough on your joints.
We've never seen Zion in the playoffs, which is absurd.
Yeah.
I think
his team is good. They were the 1 seed last year before he got hurt. And I don't think that would have stayed up the whole season, but that's a dangerous squad that in a one-game situation could win this tournament. Yeah. Like, all 4 teams left could win this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
All you need is one.
All you need is one.
I kind of like that. It feels kind of like the NCAA. Like, it feels kind of like college basketball.
Yeah.
Anything can happen for one game.
Darvin Ham called it the Final Four. He was like, yo, we're to the Final Four. And they get $100,000 just for – is it for being here? Yeah, they get $100,000 just for being where they are now. They get $200,000 if they lose the championship and $500,000 if they win the championship. So,
wow,
they got 100 G's. I know they're happy. No matter how much money you're making, bro, slide me 100 G's.
Bruh, they're taxing that. They're only getting $250 of that.
They're getting taxed. Hey,
bro, they are getting taxed at the highest tax bracket. They're getting that.
But $250 is insane, bro. Even Uncle Sam isn't that greedy.
Nah, bro. They with the top earners, yeah, they are, bro. They might get $200 for real.
Yeah,
bro. They're getting a good $450, $500, bro.
What?
See, I see you guys having joined the elite tax services over at Deloitte Tax LLP. When you spend a little bit of time in their program, you start to see the savings.
Hey, man, I don't know what y'all do at Deloitte.
Yeah, this man just exposed
it. But I hope it's within the legal system.
Oh, of course. What? Oh. Hey, bro, let's stop talking about work. This man thought I was talking about illegality. No.
That boy, white collar.
Like, you know how like people who win the lottery, they only get like half of that. It's taxed at 50%.
It is so sad. Imagine you win a $999 million lottery and they give you $400, bruh.
Well, the lottery, I'd still take it. That's okay with me.
Oh, yeah. Because it was no work.
Yeah.
It was no work. But all these teams can win. The reason I am picking the Lakers in the end is because the Lakers are actually bad at three-point shooting. They're bad at shooting, period. And I know that sounds weird, but in a one-game situation, it just makes it the least likely that what they do best is going to leave them for whatever reason. Like, they're getting layups, they're getting free throws, they're playing defense. The Pacers had an OD shooting night against the Celtics. Maybe they do that for 2 more games, maybe not. Like, you never know. You kind of got to be hot. Even the Suns last night gave them the Suns played extremely well. KD is the best hooper I love to hate, bro. KD is so incredible, bro. But Lakers, Austin Reeves had one more punch. Hopefully we get there.
Mm-hmm. So, Kaim, you're saying the Bucks, but you want it to be the Lakers. Jay, what's your final word?
Final take, I'm going healthy Lakers.
I'm going Lakers. All right, viewers, put your parlays down.
Yeah, put your parlays. Let us know in the comments, yo.
Let us know in the comments.
All right. That wraps up our second half. Hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you guys next episode. Peace.
Peace.